Hello and welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to fit daytime running lights as an aftermarket fitment to a older car. So this one is a Toyota Corolla 2006 and it's got normal headlights here. It's got fog lights down there. So my original plan was to wire fog lights in so that when the ignition is turned on the fog lights would run. However, when I looked online at the cost of a relay and some wiring, I could actually get a loom kit for that price. So what I did is just order this loom kit. Comes with an on-off switch, connections to the battery terminal, a fuse, a relay and all the wiring. So now I just need to see what it's like, or how easy it's going to be to install. So I've laid it out over the engine bay, and this is going to be the trigger wire for the relay, and then we've got wires that go down here to where the light units are. However, when I stretch these wires out, they're not going to be long enough to go to the light units, and with winter coming, I actually thought it might be sensible just to see how much an LED light unit would be, so that's what I've gone and done. So I've ordered these LED light units and they come with a short length of harness. The original kit comes with the wiring connections onto there. So the original harness cost me, I think it was £10 something, and this LED was £12.99 for the pair of them. And what I'm planning to do is just fit them down in this this void here, and these are just plastic covers and they'll clip off, and we should be able to just fit them into that gap there. So with the cover removed, we can see that fits almost into that slot there. It's going to sit slightly proud, and it's obviously got this mounting back, so I'm just going to have to remove this bit of plastic, and then we're going to look at how we fix that in place. So with the trim removed, just going to go around with a knife basically and remove this blank section of this panel. So here it is with the panel removed. So just left that in there because we've got to tuck this into the rear bumper, and there's plenty of room to slide that along into that end. So cut it all out and just put a bit of double-sided tape around the edges, and drilled a couple of holes here so we can get some wire through there to secure the lamp to the back of this trim. So I'm just going to go ahead and mount that now. So this is what it looks like with the light unit off the car. Just drilled a couple of holes in these brackets and used some wire and then tape to stick it in position. Just got to put the wire and connectors on and then fit that bit. So I've got the light unit all installed now. So routed the wiring down here on another loom and down behind the back there over to the other side. Just got to rebuild the front and then sort out the wiring. Have tested it and they do light up, so I'm happy to rebuild that now. So I've got the front of the car back together and I've wired in the relay, mounted it right next to the fuse box here. Has got a mount. All of this, as it came as a pre-loomed, pre-wired kit, has all been insulated and protected. Just got to put the battery cover back on like so. And this does come with a switch, however I'm not going to be using the switch. I want the lights to come on with the ignition. So we've got this fuse box here. I'm going to be using a 12 volt test light to find out which one of these fuse positions comes on with the ignition. Then we'll use this type of connection to replace the fuse in the fuse box and get a connection through to the relay. So fuse box in the engine bay had no switchable feeds in there, and I wanted these lights to switch on with or without the ignition. So I've actually gone through, I've chased the wire through a grommet in the body. So what I've done is I've used a kebab skewer or bamboo skewer to pass the wire through grommet in the bulkhead. Use some insulating tape to bond the wire to the kebab skewer. And if we come round in here, got the wire now in the car, so we can join that up now with a 12 volt switchable supply, so that when the ignition turns on it will switch the relay. This wire doesn't need to be particularly powerful because all it's doing is supplying a feed to the switchable relay, so it's not carrying actually any power to supply the lights, just simply to switch the relay on. Body down the back there, run it through here and attached it into there, so now that switches on and off with the ignition. You can purchase this type of fuse replacement very reasonably priced on the internet. So here we can see how the beam pattern is of the driving lights. As you can see, they're not too high. I'll just turn on the main beam. You'll be able to see the level that the main beam will be at. So yeah, they're both looking down at the ground. You're not going to get that blinding anybody because they're both directed at low level. So one of the things I was trying to fix by fitting the daytime running lights is basically when you're driving around during the day, you want the maps and this to be lit up for daylight. As soon as you turn the lights on, it goes into night mode and then becomes too dim to see in bright sunlight, and the same with the dashboard lights. And if you're driving on a bright sunny day and the sun is low in the sky, basically you want to be seen, and the daytime running lights means that other people will be able to see you coming towards them, but also I can then see the dashboard normally.